Welcome back to another episode of Boys Gone Wild. I'm, as ever, joined by my co-host, Andrew Cohen, my producer, Charlie Milner.
Humbly and faithfully yours.
Yes. The spring has sprung, people are saying. Are you saying spring has sprung?
I am definitely saying spring has sprung.
Were you drinking before this?
I had a few beers before.
How many?
2.5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. So you feel comfortable driving, as in, for me, driving is doing a podcast.
I might be more of like a secondary, like
Yeah.
a co-pilot here,
Yes.
rather than the main.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna drive everything, but the sun's out. I've got a month off.
Yeah.
So I had
Was
a
your
bit.
sabbatical?
It's the Sabby B,
Yeah.
as we've said.
Which, the origin of the word sabbatical?
Charlie, please get that up
What's
immediately.
the origin of the word sabbatical? Because is it called a sabbatical? Do you call it a sabbatical?
I haven't made up the word personally.
No, did you? Does
Again,
your
it's not
company?
me.
Does your company call it?
No,
sabbatical?
it's a whole world thing. Probably not in
Oh right,
different languages.
Yeah, I did think it was an academic.
It's
thing.
got biblical origins.
I thought sabbatical by definition was
You have to be,
where an academic was
Yeah.
allowed a year off to study their dream project book.
Yeah.
It's only the beginning of sabbatical, but I hope that you're ambitious. with
Yes,
your
I'm going to
sabbatical.
achieve much. And I don't appreciate the tone of which you're delivering that to me. A month off.
Yeah.
It's going to be big. Going to France tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm here in this shed now, and then in the Isle of Francais.
Yeah.
But the day after, plenty of cheese.
Can you move that thing?
You always say that, don't you?
Absolutely.
You fine
drives
with
me
that?
mad.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good. I'm going to have a lot of cheese. Going to Normandy, the home of dairy.
You're always in France.
Yeah.
You're always in France.
Can't get away from it, can
Yeah.
I? The majority, I think, over 50% of my ex-girlfriends have had French
Yeah.
heritage. I don't know what that says about me.
What percentage
Maybe I'm like
of
a
your
fine wine.
of your holidays are in France? Of all holidays you've ever taken, what percentage have been?
I would say,
I mean, it's still dans le continent, so
let's
it's
say,
still.
let's say 20%.
No, I reckon Maya.
That's obscene.
I
Maya,
reckon higher.
what's Maya?
You said you've been to Paris 10 times.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've been abroad
Yeah.
to other places.
I'd probably say 50% of your trips.
That's
France.
Well, that's just stupid. That's an insane thing to think.
You've gone skiing in France.
Sometimes.
You've been to the country house in France.
Yeah, I mean, when your girlfriend has a house there,
Yeah.
the numbers are going to stack up. And when your ex-girlfriend lived there, the numbers are going to stack up.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Where do you think
I'm saying
I should
the
go?
numbers are stacking up. I don't think you should go anywhere else.
Do you
It's
think-
just more of mathematical observation.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I can go to pastures new.
Can builders take sabbatical? While there is no legal requirement for employers to offer sabbaticals, including the construction industry, builders can potentially take sabbaticals if their company has a policy allowing for them.
So
Now,
that's pretty
AI
much right down the line, as
Yeah.
expected. Almost a pointless Google.
Yeah.
No, because would you say that a sabbatical is kind of middle class things, or could you be a geezer can't have a sabbatical?
It's probably rarer.
A geezer's
for-
having a breather.
It's rarer for more working class professions to have a sabbatical.
I guess it's good to get some class consciousness into the sabbatical debate.
Yes, please.
If you show more, it says there's no legal right to sabbatical.
Am I a
and
class
they-
traitor for
yeah.
taking this?
No. I think you were offered it. You're allowed to take it.
Yeah.
But I will be campaigning. I'll be like someone on GB News.
Yeah.
Going. There is no legal. People feel they're entitled to
All of these
sabbaticals.
jumper wearing ponces, taking a month off to flounce around France. It's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know if geezers could take sabbaticals. I think it's very rare. Now, when we got Charlie in as producer, AI overview had just come in. It is quite serendipitous
Oh, big
Yeah.
word alert. Put on the siren.
that Charlie came in as AI overview because it feels like you two have a real special bond.
Yeah.
We do.
Because it means that
Poorly
you can type,
summarized content.
but it means that you can type in whatever you want and there will be a sort of Google answer there, which is
True.
actually quite a big change.
If it
'Cause
wasn't
normally you could do anything. Like, what is it?
Pause. Sorry, we have to do it.
Okay.
Charlie typed in is, and the most recent Google search was, is it gay to wear the same jumper?
No, was that you?
That was not to do with our podcast, because underneath is it definitely not Charlie Bingham, which is definitely us. Is it? Maybe it was us because we wore the same jumper.
It probably was.
That's a shame. I just imagine him
what
insecurely
were you-
looking at a jumper he wore the day before, going like, does this make me gay? It doesn't, Charlie.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give Charlie a sabbatical.
What's the worst way to spend a sabbatical?
Wanking. It's anything that doesn't, well, what it is, it's probably drinking for the whole time. It's something that...
outside your office, sitting on the doorstep until work
Asking everyone
starts again.
how work is as they come up for their lunch. How's it going in there? Everything all right? We doing okay? That's pretty bad.
That's pretty awful. If you're like, no, I'm enjoying myself. This guy just
You know you've got a month off from here.
Yeah,
It's all good. I'm just checking in on you guys. I'm checking in on us
just seeing how
24/7.
the team's going, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to get back to work?
How's Carly? Is she all right? Have you got those numbers done for the Frankfurt project?
That's probably the worst way to spend a sabbatical.
It is. Yeah. Or just going into work for free.
Or we could do the best way, or like a project that's come into my head. We could, and I'm happy to help you with this.
Thank you.
We could try and find Coney, because I feel that was very much died a death with Coney 2012,
Yes.
didn't it?
Yeah, okay.
And he's still alive. Is Joseph Coney still alive?
See, that's a Google. Now that's a search.
Is Joseph Coney still alive? Is Joseph Gordon-Levitt still alive?
We bloody hope so. Because the man
I'll
is
be sad when he dies.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That'll be
or
that'll
Coney.
Be,
You'll be kind of happy if Coney dies.
if Coney dies, I'll be happy. I mean, it'll make me sad that I wasn't the one to find him. But yeah, I don't know if people are going to be that gassed anymore if you find Coney.
Yeah, there's not much juice left in that orange. It's an orange, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of worse fellas out there.
Maybe we should give Charlie sabbatical, because I think also a sabbatical is mostly half incentive, but also reward for staying at the company for a while.
Right.
It's about going, look, you've put in years of service. I got mine after 4 years of working there, and they've gone, you know what? Have a month on us.
Do you want to have a pay rise? No.
Can I get more money for the job you pay me poorly for? No.
Could I spend my sabbatical at each of your houses? Could I alternate mine? Could I basically come over for a month?
What would you do?
Just spend time with you.
Is it day off, day on,
make
or
food.
weekend at dad's sort of?
It's 3 days at yours.
We'll do bi-weekends.
Yeah.
No, it's 3 days, half the week I'm at Horatio's, half the week I'm at yours.
So it's divorce kind
we
of
meet
setup.
at lunch. You give him to me at lunch. You meet at...
So like my old setup, which is Monday, Tuesday, mums, Wednesday, Thursday, dad's, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, alternate.
Ooh,
That brings it back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
And a boy constantly in flux.
yeah.
What is my room?
Never grounded.
Because
No support
Yeah, because
structure.
that was tough about your setup. Because luckily my dad completely fucked off, which was great. Because it means you have one
And he
room.
always tried to frame that as a good thing.
That's brilliant.
Dad's gone.
Yeah, well, my dad's moving around. I don't have to move
Brilliant.
my stuff between
This is
houses.
Brilliant.
Isn't
Back
that
in time for Christmas,
Isn't that
actually.
great? He'd be bragging whilst I'm just moving stuff between two houses. I don't have to worry about this shit. Dad's not around.
Dad's nowhere to be seen.
nowhere to be found. Yeah.
But you had 2 rooms, and they both feel exactly like your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard. Well, we moved a hell of a lot, as you
Yeah.
know. So I had a silly amount of different houses.
Yeah.
They did. There was a different vibe to each one. I'd have milkshakes and chocolate mousses at dad's on a Wednesday. Didn't have that with mum, so she was always having, she had to work harder.
Yeah. Well, Dad's post-divorce. Dad always tries to make up for it with being more fun.
Yeah.
Weekend
Milkshakes
dance,
and
yeah.
milkshakes and mousses.
Which room did you have the signed Nemanja Vidic Man United top?
Now that must have been a while ago.
Yeah.
In fairness, that was dad got me a Christmas present once, which is all like the signed Man United shirt with, I think it was when they won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Where is that? Because I have a feeling Ronaldo's on there, which therefore it's worth a lot of money.
You'd think so. Ronaldo was on it.
Yeah, because dad went to a I don't know, one of his
Go Ronaldo number
oh,
one.
big goal. That was him. In the dressing room. No, he went to one of those like a corporate thing where he could, I can't remember what it was for, but I think he saw the end of the Premier League and managed to snap that up somehow. Don't know where it is.
Yeah, he just did some deals. He's a very greasy-handed man.
Well,
he always leaves. He's got sticky fingers. He's always getting a bit of cash out of a deal.
You're saying that when your dad is Peter Gould. Watch your back, mate.
Yeah, he's got the stickiest
He's got the greasiest fingers in London. It's Peter fucking Gould. What a legend. Peter Gould, your dad's been posting a lot on Instagram recently.
Yeah, you've been keeping up with the content.
Absolutely adoring the content.
I can't watch too much of it. It's like looking at the sun.
Yeah.
Or looking at the dad, I
Whereas
guess.
I just enjoy going blind. I absolutely adore it. Because I went out to Horatio last week and it was like, is your dad enjoying Sydney? He hadn't got a bloody clue.
Yeah. Was he enjoying Sydney?
He was. Yeah. It was a picture of him at the Sydney Sphere, which is like, I presume like the Las Vegas Sphere. And he went, when in Sydney? I was like, you're damn right, Peter. when in Sydney? You got to go to the Sphere, I guess.
Not that guy. That's the guy who wrote Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Charlie's trying to find my dad on Google.
You might type in Peter Gould worldwide events. Everyone do that.
Do not.
There he is.
There he is.
Well, on the right. No, on the right.
The future
of hotels and events in the metaverse. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That is literally. Hold on, zoom in. That's all you need to know about the guy. The modern hotelier, the future of hotels and events in the metaverse with Peter Gould. There he fucking is.
If you ever wondered why can't we make hotels in the metaverse or like, you know, make it a virtual reality experience, well, then you're very similar to my dad.
He found out why, didn't he?
He found out very quickly.
Out pretty quickly why that wouldn't work.
And he's the most depressed I've ever seen him, actually, is when when his big metaverse idea collapsed. That was the most wistful I've seen. He was like that Pablo Escobar meme, you know, of him just sort of
looking out into the
and he's
into
not
his
a very
Bali,
wistful man.
into his Bali playground. What have you been up to? You got any news, Charlie?
I got shouted at in the sauna today.
You went to the sauna again?
I held a chicken again. I held the same chicken.
Right.
So I found out at the sauna that pecking order is actually because of chickens.
Go on.
Because the top chicken will peck the second top chicken.
Why?
And so on and so on. Just to kind of...
assert dominance.
Yeah, just to be the top,
I guess it's quite natural.
The main
Most
chicken.
animal power hierarchies.
Yeah. But
the pecks, that's just to be like, I am.
Yeah.
I don't know if other birds do the pecking, but pecking order is because of the chickens.
Right. Brilliant.
And I held the top one, which doesn't get pecked.
Yeah.
And then I got shouted at in the sauna by a woman. By a young lady.
What did she say? Young lady?
Yeah, young lady. Yeah.
Did she say?
She wasn't like 14.
A young girl?
She was like 22.
What did she shout?
She just.
You're not allowed to have chickens in here. Plus,
Russian.
Plus, you shouldn't be naked.
No,
What was it?
Plus, this isn't a sauna.
There it is.
She
Come on.
shouted.
This is my back garden.
So on.
We can keep going.
Please. She shouted at me.
This is my nan's funeral.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah, get out of the coffin. We're trying to bury her now.
Dad.
Haven't seen him in years. I'm supposed to be in prison.
That's not a chicken.
That's
That's your son.
Go on.
I forgot to wear trunks.
It's just comedy, is what it is. You forgot to wear trunks.
Yeah, so I wore pants, but when you get pants
So
wet.
she actually shouted at you for being sexually
No,
inappropriate.
this is separate.
Why?
Because I put
We'll
too
go
much,
back to the
too much
original-
water on the thing
Oh.
without asking.
Is that like a bit of a sauna
It's
faux
frowned
pas?
upon.
It is a bit of a faux pas. You're meant to actually ask, do you mind if I put some more on the hot rocks? Yeah. It's quite like a...
So you were just being presumptuous.
It's quite a
Yeah,
toxic
greedy.
masculine trait, I think, just pouring the water on without asking
It's
anyone.
disrespectful.
That's how
It's
it came
kind of
off.
like a little bit like farting in a shop.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
No, in a lift.
In a lift. Yeah. I guess, just without asking, does anyone mind if I just fart in this lift?
Right
You know?
as the door's closed. No, you press the door close button loads and then just let one off. That's what you're doing, really. It's steamy as well. So
Yes. Charlie, we were doing a shoot last week and Charlie came with said, I just saw a chicken. It was your birthday, actually.
Yeah.
You were in the sauna with the chicken on your birthday. And you said, I can't believe how fucked chickens are. They look like dinosaurs.
And then he showed us a picture of it.
Yeah, and I guess, like, I've seen chickens, and I guess they are weird, but I've dealt with that. But I thought that the picture was going to be, like, I don't know, reevaluating my way of thinking about a chicken, or like a weird-looking chicken. It was the most normal chicken I've ever seen.
It was obscene.
Yeah, but you didn't see it from the angle that I did. It kind
Yeah,
of,
we did. You took a picture.
No, but
You showed us a picture.
It swiveled
from
its
your
head.
angle.
No, you didn't preface that the picture wouldn't give
It looked like a velociraptor.
proper credence to how odd the chicken was.
Yeah.
You said, check this out. And what you did is you whipped your phone out. We were walking and we were busy and we looked at that picture of a chicken and we said, yes, that's
Yeah.
a fucking chicken. They're an animal that haven't got much behind the
That's
eyes.
what I
There's
mean.
not much humanity behind them. But,
Yeah.
you know, that's okay.
They don't feel like they have complicated inner lives.
What's
the
your
chicken.
favourite animal?
When I was a kid,
I was asked this today.
when I was a kid, it was the Komodo dragon, but I feel that's maybe like an edgelord.
Pretentious,
Yeah.
even as a kid. The Komodo dragon. And I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you for why.
7 years old.
Type in the Komodo dragon, though. They are fucking... As an 8-year-old boy, it's kind of... It's as good as it gets, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real-life dragon. It's massive. They're only on Komodo Island. They don't have teeth. They just have poisonous sort of, like, gums.
Yeah.
So they just, like... It's like an old man without his dentures.
Yeah.
Sucking on you, and then you die.
Yeah, okay.
And then seeing them slap each other... but
what?
with their necks, they kind of attack each
yeah.
other like giraffes and stuff. It's pretty, and the fact they're just on one island. They got island gigantism. Do you know what that is?
Go on.
If you're on a small island, often that's where giant tortoises.
Yeah.
They're on a small island and only on that.
In the
small island.
Galapagos.
Yeah. Yes. And in the Seychelles. I don't know. Yeah. It's basically for some reason when you find like giant versions of other animals, it's always on small islands.
When there's not much of an ecosystem around it.
I guess there's not as much of a tall poppy syndrome. on a small island. There's less people telling you can't be bigger.
It was like you just keep going.
Yeah.
There's no negative effect of being massive.
Yeah. So I guess I've got island gigantism.
Now, why is that?
Because I'm on an island and I'm massive.
Now, what island are you on?
Britain. The island of Britain.
And you're massive. And you're a massive man. Yeah. Horatio's a freak, for those of you just listening to the podcast.
I'm like the BFG.
Yeah, I bet your favourite one's like a dragon or something stupid.
No, I mean, mine was a Komodo dragon.
I was looking at Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
I like pigs.
That's not a real one. You like pigs. I like a pig.
I think the nicest animal for it to have island giganticism happening to it.
Easy for you to say.
The best animal for that to happen to would be enormous big pigs. Giant
They're
pigs.
already pretty big.
Giant pigs.
They're normally already pretty big. Have you seen a micro pig?
Yes.
You get those.
I want a
pretty,
macro pig. I want
domestic.
a fucking massive.
Macro pig, that's fine.
How big is the macro pig? Like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Sort of
but a
size
pig.
like the gherkin.
Just on its side.
But it means no harm. It's just like that.
No, I think they would cause a lot of damage.
It would.
It's really stupid, but really soft and
I
nice.
think
big stupid things, they're going to cause the most harm.
I think it would be kept somewhere in
Look at
Switzerland.
Horatio.
It does understand it's not meant to hurt anyone.
Yeah, but if
all
it's
it
as
gets.
big as the gherkin,
And
it's going to
hungry.
kill millions.
Yeah.
No, because it won't step on anyone.
Because it's stupid.
No, because it knows it's stupid, but it will try. It will just know not to hurt anyone because it's so big. But it does care.
Okay, fine, Charlie.
What's your favourite
Have
animal?
it your way.
Is it a
Just
shark?
a side note. I guess it is a shark, if
Yeah.
we're being honest.
Yeah. What type of shark?
I'm a big. To be honest,
Is it classic?
It's not, but it is a bit. It's a whale shark. Biggest fish in the ocean.
I guess, but then you got the blue whale, which is technically not a fish.
It's a mammal.
It is a fish.
You've
though,
seen
isn't
this
it?
striking
Do you know
photo?
what I mean? A blue whale is sort of a fish.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
It's tomatoes, fucking a veg.
I'm not.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not blind. I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, come on.
I haven't drank the Kool-Aid. You know.
You can't just like wave your mouse at that one picture of a shark.
It's just a very striking.
It is a striking image of a shark, but no, a whale shark is like that's some beautiful shit, and they're harmless to humans.
I quite like we talked about the Greenland shark, who's 500 years old. I like that. Guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's knocking about.
He's like Jimmy Carter on his 100th birthday.
A sad thing that I saw.
Okay.
Maybe even a worrying thing. That
Andrew
I saw.
Cohen's bad news.
Andrew Cohen's worry corner. Should we be concerned? I think we actually should be concerned. I was in Mile End Park, day drinking on my sabbatical.
Researching your big project.
Researching my big project.
Which is the bottom of a can.
The bottom of several bottles of beer. I wonder what really is at the bottom of those.
I need to. What's the bottom of this one? What's the bottom of this
still
one?
green glass. I wonder what this one would be. It's different for Guinness cans, though. Interesting.
Ping pong ball.
Do they have the ball in them? Not always.
Yeah.
Paper to come soon. So I was sat in Mile End Park day drinking, and I tell you what bloody happened.
What?
Rats everywhere. Middle of the day, just fucking big mother dickers just running about like they didn't have a care in the world. We would like go, didn't move.
Yeah.
We're turning into like this New York rat hellscape. They're non-nocturnal.
Have you noticed it more?
Just in that park.
Right.
But they were non-nocturnal. I think we might have accidentally been sitting like in the middle of a nest because I saw genuinely 20 rats.
Right.
And they would be running about. No, like the scary thing was how much they didn't react to us. They would run just past us. And the moment, that's happening with foxes, that's all right. We all love a fox. Not these little...
What I've often said on this podcast that East London does feel like maybe it was on some sort of, I don't know, barrow or cursed burial ground where the animals feel emboldened with the spirit of Mother Nature.
An indigenous...
Something like that, because there's a wildness to the creatures in the east of London, which I don't find in the south, I don't find north or west. Just the squirrels have no care for humans.
That's fine though.
They'll wait at traffic lights. You know, they're fucking... I've seen one smoking a cigarette. I saw one with a pair of AirPods doing a business call.
Checking if his lottery numbers came in.
It's weird.
It is using smartphones, playing Candy Crush.
It's uncanny.
It's like, come on, guys. Just
There's
forage.
a real entitlement.
You should be foraging for nuts. It's like young people nowadays. You should be playing outdoors. Now it's even the fucking squirrels. It's like, look around the world, climb a tree.
The foxes. And so I imagine
What's
the rats...
the Acon thing? So, e.g. Ice Age, that's a squirrel, isn't it? What do they do with... Do they eat them?
Yeah, what is it?
Why are they hoarding acorns?
Is it an accessory?
No, do not
Sort
grow
of
on
like
trees
a-
isn't what we need, Charlie. That's not what we need.
What the fuck are you typing that in for?
That's not
I've
helpful.
never known. I've just never known.
Okay, again, we're doing a podcast. You're not in your room imagining these voices that are around you.
God, the suspense is killing me.
Generating. Squirrels love acorns because they are readily available and nutritious food. Source it is easy to hibernate. Well, I guess they're hoarders. Squirrels don't hibernate, do they?
Yeah.
I see them all the time.
And do cats love lasagna? Is that a thing?
Let's bust some myths on this app. Fucking
Do animals have
standard sexually.
What?
like does it actually matter? I know there's a whole mating call thing, like birds will get their kind of feathers out, but do they?
What the fuck does the question mean? Do animals have standards sexually? What does that mean?
It means do they actually matter if you see like a really fat porcupine? Like
Do they matter if they see a fat
No,
porcupine?
there will be some biological thing where
Of
you
course.
want to
Right.
mate with a strong mate.
That's literally the whole of it.
Yeah.
Of course that happens.
No, but I
Yeah.
thought like if you just look at one, it looks a bit ugly or like.
Well,
Yeah.
you wouldn't go with
You
an ugly
wouldn't.
one
because you're not a
it might-
porcupine.
So it's a
No,
good question.
but for a porcupine might not go with one because it might look gammy.
Right,
Might look like
right,
it's
right.
covered in disease, and that could be construed in the human idea of ugly.
That's the whole fucking thing. Does evolution exist?
Yeah, but humans have got past the need to survive.
Now we just do.
So now it's kind of
so
like
we can
it's
walk
porked.
some fatties. Is that what you're saying? Christ,
No,
Horatio.
no.
Christ,
No, to be
Horatio.
honest, it's so we can pork non-fatties. Because that's a deal.
That's a Boys Gone
That's
Wild
a deal.
exclusive.
No, I'm saying that I think if you're out in the wild, you see a large woman. That will
Where's the wild?
That will be
Budgeons.
back if you're like
Cut that.
a caveman.
Yeah.
You're looking for a big batty gal.
Yeah,
You're not,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's someone who one has childbearing hips,
Hip-bearing,
but also has
Hip-bearing
access to lots of food that you don't have to, can survive longer without.
suggesting they're hoarding
if you're
quavers?
shit at hunting, you want a bigger woman.
I'm not sure that is exactly true.
So Kate Moss would do terrible back in the caveman days, definitely.
That's probably true.
Yeah, because
No, but none of
it's
them were
better.
fat enough.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them were fat enough.
I mean to be
warrant
fair,
that.
I think you had 5 women to choose from, so it's not like
Yeah, okay. The cave was quite small.
it's not.
Yeah, they're all your cousins anyway, so we'll see what fucking happens.
Do you think the cavemen would have said "I love you" to each other? Do you
No.
think they would have been able to kind of express? Do you reckon they felt "I'm in love with this woman"?
Yes,
Right.
but it's like animals mate for life, and that's kind of a version of our love.
Wait, some animals, right?
Some animals. Yeah.
I think not many. Only lobsters that I know of.
I was watching a program today about an animal. that
Swans.
mates for
I think
life.
swans do as well.
It's a buck-nosed bird or something.
Right.
They mate for life. Lots of birds do. Albatrosses mate for
Yeah.
life. Which animals? Yeah, but loads of them do, and they'll feel a version of our love. Beavers mate for life.
Albatross.
Sluts.
Doesn't quite work. Prudes would have worked. Is the opposite of sluts. Whore. It doesn't work. What's that word that people say at school? Frigid.
Yeah,
Ugh, what
frigid.
a horrible, horrible word for young people to be saying. That's my important point of the podcast. That came out quite sincerely. Whoopsie daisy. No, animals do not only engage in the missionary position during sex. Of course not.
Well-
Where do you think the word doggy style came from? You?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Dickhead.
do monkeys do doggy?
No, probably not.
I think they do.
They probably do.
Yeah, I think doggy's the most common.
Most common
position.
one.
Yeah,
That's why, here's an interesting fact I heard. Apparently, I don't know if it's true, it probably isn't now, I'm hearing it in my mind, that straight men are only attracted to breasts because it reminds them of the buttocks.
I've heard that.
Because we would primarily go for the bums.
yeah. Dan
because-
Turner on a joke, and
Yeah.
he said he has to put a bit of hair on it and smear a bit of shit on it.
That's better. Lovely. Lovely. Where the poo comes out. No, none of that. Yeah, it's a wide, interesting world of that, but go on.
Have you been getting very kind of horny suggested stuff on your
Charlie,
Instagram?
why do you think that happened? Sorry,
Go on.
I'll let him go.
Because I've been getting these like AI, like absolutely beautiful AI women.
She's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
But none of
Who
them-
is she?
Who
She's not real.
Who
John.
is that?
But they got like 3 tits.
She's computer
She's got,
generated. 3 tits.
Right. Yeah. No, of course we're getting that.
No, Charlie, you're just going on Pornhub and typing in alien.
To be fair,
otherworldly, and just getting green people because you've got bored of normal stuff. That's what's happening.
my Discover page is an absolute mess. I mean, it's always been, but I think it's getting worse. And also, I thought all men's were, but it's actually not. There's so much. There's always like slightly horny, but mine is really fucking horny.
Mine's
It's
pretty
like-
bad. I'm trying to curate it out
Because
of
like
that.
Paddy actively makes sure I don't like this content. He's like terrified.
If you're liking any of those content,
no,
if you're liking an AI generated image of a 3-titted lady,
no, it's not like
commenting, but he's commenting.
He's doing pressing 3 buttons saying, "Do not show me this sort of content."
That's the one
until it like disperses.
My TikTok used to be an absolute cluster.
TikTok.
No.
So that's how horny I am.
No, TikTok.
TikTok.
My TikTok was so profane. You might as well call it TikTok. Clip it. But it used to be awful because I think for males of a certain age, their kind of default setting is to just show you sex. And then you have to kind of work it out of that. I mean, sure, we lingered on it a bit. You know, back in our heyday when we were younger, we might linger bit in our prime when we were stallions. It was like, yeah, I'm going to look at these for a second.
Yeah.
But now it's like, why don't I find out more about global events?
Yeah. Well, I just keep going on their profile to find out more about their personalities, is what I do.
Yes.
I scroll back until I find something about her interests.
Yeah, I wonder what her education is.
Get these horrible tits out of the way.
I know what this girl looks like.
I
know what this girl looks like, but what does she think? How does she feel? Yeah, that's my position on sex on the internet.
I check their ages after I come, just in case.
After?
Charlie, that's not a good thing to
say.
Before I come.
Yeah, before, not after.
No one believes you. No one listening to this believes you for 1 second. Yes. That wasn't an accidental slip.
What's the point checking after?
Sorry.
Before.
So if you find an attractive lady on Instagram,
I'm talking about pornography.
No, how you do? So you do that. You find the actress's name, and then you put her in on Google, and then you find the age.
Yeah, just
actress. Nice.
Thank you. I thought that was quite aggressive.
It would be better.
It actually is better if it's actor. Actress is gender specific.
Yeah.
So close. So close. It's so hard to be woke in this world.
But my explore page is now just kind of shark attacks.
Nice.
That's good.
Men falling from heights.
That's
and then 3 tits.
That's kind of awesome. Yeah.
It's kind of a mad stream, really. Shark attack.
Fox on the roof.
Fox on the roof. Fox on the roof.
You know what I mean?
He's here every day.
This is during the day. Doesn't give a fuck.
That's fine. I like foxes.
Yeah, I like it, but there's a
Fox on the roof.
There's a confidence.
There is
in East London.
Well, he's not here all the time. He's just here when we're here. I think he's angling to get on.
But in general, foxes around London very scared of people. Not around here.
Other than by my house.
Yeah, foxes do have barbed penises, but I'd rather not get into that topic. Actually, should we talk about what's going on in the world?
It's been a week. Do you want to do the Oscars?
Yeah, the Oscars. Well, there wasn't loads about the Oscars. I was a bit. I guess Anora. It wasn't a particularly strong year.
Have you seen it?
I've seen Nora. I thought it was a bit overrated because it was a very baggy middle.
I entirely agree. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And there was that 45-minute scene in the living room.
Kind of crazy.
I've never had a more visceral reaction in a movie theater.
In a movie theater.
Movie screening. When I was like, just stop, get out of here. They could have I've never seen a film that they could take half an hour off it so easily.
Yeah.
Than that.
I genuinely.
And it would have been great.
I would have give me an hour on Premiere Pro with that film.
Literally.
I could have sorted it out.
Give me an hour with it on Video Leap. That was a bit of a lame joke, really. It's a bit like, we do.
Not enough of escalation.
Are you talking about Avatar?
Yeah. No,
on Video Leap, you probably.
Did you hear that question?
What?
Are we talking about Avatar?
Because I felt they could have changed.
Charlie, it's nonsense.
Could have taken
it's just
quite a lot off that one.
Like, you can say weird shit, but it has to be somewhat to do with what we're talking about.
Well, it is. You're talking about films.
To be fair,
really long films.
It is somewhat to do with what we're talking about.
All right.
To give him his.
But now we have to talk about the length of Avatar. We can't talk about Anora or the Oscars.
You can just say no.
No, it's not like
that's
we're
what
not. Yeah, fine. So,
but Avatar: Way of the Water is the funniest film to have as your favorite film, as we have talked about.
I'm talking about the blue one. The blue.
It's the blue one, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's the second of the blue ones.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Avatar 2, Way of the Water.
Anora 1, I probably would have said Conclave, but I haven't seen The Brutalist.
I love The Brutalist.
But I thought the big thing that stood out is Adrian Brody's acceptance speech. Charlie, can you get up Adrian Brody chucking gum at his girlfriend? I think this is absolutely bad.
Whereas I have a slightly different take on it.
Yeah, I think this is incredibly embarrassing. And to be honest, I relate to it because his girlfriend acted exactly how BB would react if I did that.
That's how I react if my girlfriend won an award and she forgot to take her gum out. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no. There's a very human response there because I can, but it doesn't mean stop it from being embarrassing.
Right. So sorry.
You've put her in a humiliating place.
Yes.
Her trying desperately to catch your gum. It's weird. It's a little bit entitled. It's this big moment. Why the fuck are you chewing gum?
Why have you got gum?
While you might get arrested. It's kind of like acting like
arrested.
I'm probably not going to win, and then I do. It makes you feel too casual.
That's true.
It's like a power move.
That's true.
One, tuck the gum up in your mouth while you're giving a speech, or put it in your pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, play it. This is mad. So,
yeah. You know what? I actually haven't given this much thought.
Yeah. Yeah, he realised, and then his girlfriend, which is very sweet because I can see BB doing that for me, but you shouldn't put her in that position. It's really degrading for her. She's trying to catch it. It's a look. Oh fuck!
She got it.
But it's weird and it's gross. Put it in your pocket, lad. It's a big moment.
I think
it's so odd.
I do think.
What do you think, Charlie? Charlie, what do you think of this?
I think she should have eaten it, or he should have eaten it.
Yeah, swallow it.
In fairness, if she catches it in her mouth,
and
that's
eat
an
it.
entirely
No,
different
if she ate it.
Or it's like Jogger Bonito.
Yeah, catching it in her mouth, and then you can eat it afterwards.
She starts like doing keepy
You have to
uppies
catch it before
on
you
her
eat
knee.
it, obviously.
Yeah.
Mamboleo. And then he proceeds. So everyone's getting played off pretty early, actually.
Yeah.
Even for the Oscars. But it's clearly a concerted effort to stop people being so indulgent and boring.
Yeah.
He stops the music, right?
Yeah.
And then proceeds to speak for 5.5 minutes.
And saying that he's done this before. Like that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
When he's like, I've done this before, it's all right.
And not saying like a huge amount of stuff either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's talking about anti-Semitism, I guess, but it's like, lad, the reason why we're playing the music is because everyone keeps just...
Is he Jewish?
...waffling over about don't be racist. Oh, really? At the Oscars? Brilliant. Well, now we're going to stop. Because it clearly has worked so well saying don't be racist at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Can you do your best Oscar speech? What would you say if you won your Oscar?
Wow, I can't believe this. This is absolutely mad. Because I'm fucking shit. Come on, put yourself together. I did not expect this because I'm fucking rubbish. So I don't deserve this, man. But what I think I should use this platform, a fucking piece of shit, man. I should use this platform to say that whenever there's all the racism that I'm seeing at the moment, I'm just like, that's God, awful stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, and no, don't play the music. I've done this before. Stop the music. I've got a lot to say on this issue. Everywhere I look, there's loads of racism, and I'm just thinking, what the bloody hell? Anyway, thanks.
I imagine you just winning it for like best hair and makeup or something. In that as well.
Mine would be
hello. Bye. There you go.
Yeah, what's the most you can sort of bum? I mean, it can't be topped by Mark Hamill's trousers falling down. I mean, that is.
Still, honestly,
the people haven't reacted.
The only thing
people have not reacted to Mark.
It's kind of like the only. It feels like it's the only story that we've broken on this podcast because I've seen it nowhere else. Mark Hamill's trousers fell down.
He maintains eye contact with the teleprompter. There's just his eyebrows raised because he's. Like,
it's astonishing work, and the funniest thing, in kind of as well, is that he's there to present an award, not accept an award. That's like he's kind of ruined someone else's moment in a way because it should always be remembered as the time Mark Hamill's trousers.
Does it feel like people are reacting less to the Oscars? It feels like less big deal even for them. I mean, maybe it's because I was younger, but I remember the Oscars being like, I can't believe they won that. That's such a big deal.
Yeah,
but here, even like Mickey Madsen, is that her name?
Mikey
Madsen. She won, and she's very young to win. That's a big moment, and even she's like taking it pretty cool in her stride.
Well, it's the interesting thing about speeches nowadays is that as Timmy Chalamet was saying in his speech where he was like, "I'm trying to achieve greatness."
Yeah, that was a big thing.
He was like, "I know it's the done thing to play it down nowadays, but I'm not going to do that," which could signal a change of people taking awards sincerely because it was embarrassing.
Because it led to the classic discourse about it. But what was your opinion on?
I'm a big old fan.
I love Chalamet.
I'm a big fan of Tim, and I love the speech.
Tintin.
We're talking about the cartoon character, yeah, the one who jumps on trains and stuff.
That's a separate point. I like Timothée Chalamet, but I'm also a big fan of Tintin.
Can I not bring in other interests into this podcast? I'm trying to have a conversation with my friends right now. So I like it.
He's a Gen Z movie star, which is a hard thing to.
I think people are playing it down.
I'm surprised how much I like him and Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
It felt like quite a trashy thing to do, but...
our take on it seems to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
What was it?
Fair enough.
It was like, how's he going to handle all that booty?
Oh yeah,
That was our
I
take.
remember that. Well,
Yeah.
it was yours that I co-signed, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't think?
I didn't think
you
he
had
I
enough
didn't think he was
dick
going
for
to
that ass.
No, I didn't think he had enough dick for that ass, but it turns out he does.
I think he does actually. Yeah, and also I think the Kardashians have made a concerted effort to make the asses smaller.
Yeah.
Because the cultural
Fashion's
trend.
changing. Fashion's changing.
Jeans getting bigger, arse is getting smaller.
What do you think that means?
Yeah. What do you think that means, Charlie? Because it used to be, tighter jeans, bigger arse.
I think it's a bad sign.
It's a bad omen.
Why?
The storm clouds of Europe.
What do you
are
think?
gathering.
What do you think the socio-political conditions are that have caused the change in body image?
Yeah.
I think people are being a bit tighter lipped and tighter pursed. People aren't
And that
spending
means
as much.
What's the lip?
tighter booties. Okay,
Tighter
go on.
booties.
Yeah.
Smaller bums.
It's like we can't afford these bums.
We can't. No, we have to.
There's
Or is it
too
just-
much
Time to
maintenance.
batten down the hatches.
There's too much maintenance in order to.
Well, so you
upkeep.
take sort of an austerity mindset,
Yes,
right?
yeah. The bigger
it's not an abundance mindset.
I can't afford milk. I can't walk out. I can't walk around with this shelf of a bum. Can I?
the bigger the bum, the more active you're going to be.
Yeah.
Out and about, and in terms of your
Now, what is the bigger the bum, the more active you're going to be.
Yes.
Can you talk me through that?
you're
Or you're gonna have more attention.
confident, you're going to be more confident.
You're going to be invited to summits.
There's a strut and a wobble. Okay. Excuse me.
Excuse me, a woman with a giant
Horatio's
arse.
talking.
Oh my god,
You've got a big bum.
Well, I don't think the big arse for men was ever part of the
It's not
cultural
pert.
conversation.
Pert and,
Sort of. I think the straight male arse it's a very rare thing. People don't really talk about it. There's not really.
they
a
don't
cultural
talk
thing.
about it, but women appreciate it.
They do, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's not like
They're not choosing a partner because
there's
of
not
it.
like an 80s arse, a 90s arse.
There's
for
not.
men. Yeah, it's
There's
quite
just-
a consistent
you
thing.
want a firm kind of element of strength on it,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the thing.
What you want is that you don't want to have no arse. You want it to be like that's a man with an arse.
You want a pert little behind,
Yeah.
and that's what you want. You want to be shimmy swaying down the street and blowing in the breeze a bit. You want a bit of a flap.
I think the perfect male arse is probably like the Marlboro man, right?
Get out the Marlboro.
Get the Marlboro man up. So sort of a cowboy in jeans, right? That's kind of the male arse standard. Let's
I
take
don't
a
know
look at
what
his
the
arse.
Marlboro man's arse
Go
is
images,
like.
images. That's
Why
fine.
do you remember this?
Images.
He hasn't got a particularly famous bum, which is weird that you're
I
now
know.
suggesting
but
it's that. Weird that you remember it.
The straight arse should not insist upon itself.
That's
Because it's a bum bag.
that's such a weird.
Just do Marlboro man. Just type in Marlboro man.
Almost no pictures of the bum, which is pretty revealing of you, Horatio. You were thinking, what's the perfect
What's it
male arse?
revealing?
The more specific you go, the weirder it is.
I have seen a picture of his
What
arse,
about,
and I thought that looked. Well, basically, he just looked really good in jeans.
Donald Duck.
Let's see Donald Duck's arse.
Wow.
Yeah, that's probably a bit too
Why
much
have they
juice
done
in there. That's
but
probably
that's
a
it.
bit too much.
Tell
That's
me-
a little part.
Look at that picture and say it does nothing for you.
Yeah, but that's because I'm imagining it's a woman's arse. I don't know if that's.
Sure.
It's a fucking bootylicious, to be fair.
I need to show you a picture of this insane bum. It's a man's bum, so I think I'm allowed.
Right.
Which man?
I don't know who he is. I've never met him. My question is, I can't find this bum. I'll send it to you after.
All right, so we won't see the bum.
My question is,
Send it to us after. That's great for the podcast.
my question is, what is the name that the Oscars? What would be the worst name for the Oscars to be to undermine it as a credible for something that anyone would actually give a shit about?
The N words.
The F words.
The F words.
No, I was thinking like the Derricks or something, or like the
Nah, still better
No,
than
the
the other
Derricks.
two.
The Derricks. The Oscar's not a particularly noble name. It's just been given that because of the regal nature of the award.
the cunts.
Wasn't it? It was after an actor, wasn't it?
Don't know. I did used to care about the Oscars.
Yeah, me too.
It was nice.
I
The
didn't.
glitz and glam, the ambition.
I like
It
X
was nice.
Factor. No, I didn't care about the Oscars.
You're more
But
of a,
now it
X
feels.
Factor.
yeah, you're more of a Susan Boyle rather than like an art house film, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might post a picture of Paddy just sent me an image of him watching Susan Boyle sing on X Factor, and he got these goosebumps that I'll post here, which really made me laugh. The hardcore goosebumps. It's really embarrassing getting goosebumps.
I get it all the time.
But when she
It's
starts singing,
embarrassing
Paddy
being
got
moved
these
by
goosebumps.
things, isn't it? The problem is I get them when someone makes a good argument. When someone makes a really sound, rational argument. It's happened with you before on this podcast. I go, that makes so much sense.
I think when I was talking about potato and tomato Europe, you got goosebumps.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't several
It was.
times. And to be honest, I've got goosebumps several times in this podcast and I haven't said it.
Yeah, right.
If you go back, and
Secret
you look for
goosebumps,
it,
you can
secret,
see.
quiet goosebumps.
I used to get goosebumps from those videos of Marines getting reunited with their sons.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They used to make me cry and
That's fair.
get goosebumps.
On a hangover, I go on Hope Call videos sometimes.
I get goosebumps when I think
Goosebumps.
I think when I think I've left the fucking oven on or something.
And you haven't?
No, I think, oh, fuck, have I done that? That gives me goosebumps. So I don't really have them. I don't really get goosebumps for awe. I just get them for like, oh, fuck, I forgot
mundane concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your body's broken.
Yeah, I think I've got them all mixed up.
Well, you can't do sincerity.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just when the oven's off. They're weird. Why do we get goosebumps? I'm not asking you. I'm asking the internet.
Oh, right.
Of which you're a vehicle of.
Don't you just go,
Yeah. Thanks for asking, Andrew.
Should we talk about Coldplay at the World Cup?
Is there a verb? Do you goosebump or is that?
I believe it's geese pimp.
Do you geese bimp?
Are you a geese pimper? Let's talk about the World Cup.
It's not possible to be erect while you have goosebumps. Apparently, you can't be erect and have goosebumps. I'm told.
I can't believe that to be the truth.
I think that's bollocks.
I think sometimes they'll probably go quite hand in hand with each other.
What,
They're very similar sensations.
You can't believe how bodacious that booty is. Or you're erect.
Or you're so moved by a marine being reunited with the sun that, a chuffy comes on. Okay, Horatio.
Yes.
Tell us what's going on with the World Cup.
Oh, I only saw the headlines, so can we get that up, please?
Okay, there is a new plan. The World Cup is trying to compete with the voracious appetite for entertainment that the public has.
I'm all right with it.
Shall I say what it is first before we do the take?
No.
They are going to start doing a Super Bowl-esque halftime show. Now, if the World Cup organisers, having the nous that they do, if you could choose someone, Horatio, to be in charge of who's going to set up the halftime show and choose the acts, do all that organisation, who would you choose?
Mick Lynch, probably.
Well, it's Coldplay. Thanks for playing along with that one. Coldplay are in charge. Coldplay have got creative control of the halftime show. Do you think it's a good decision?
I guess people are like, because Coldplay's lame and dad rocky, but this is kind of.
But your whole thing about
they live here. They live it. They live on the biggest stage.
I mean, the World Cup nations are probably it's their biggest thing. Yeah. It's like South America.
Yeah, and South Americans. He as a global act, there is probably the right choice.
There's no one bigger.
Yeah, and you might like they're not particularly edgy. It's like, well, the World Cup's not really edgy, is it?
It's not. No.
Yeah,
a bunch of fellas kicking a ball about.
Yeah,
Hong Kong.
But I'm up for a sort of Super Bowl halftime show.
What's your idea?
I like the Super Bowl halftime show when the Super Bowl's on. So why? I mean, there's going to be a lot of people saying it's woke nonsense, right? And it's ruining the game. There'll be a lot of people on TalkSport saying
depends who the act is.
They tried to do it for the Champions League final.
Yeah, they did.
Camila Cabello.
That's a mental choice.
It's a bad act, but she got booed the whole time by football fans.
Yeah. Well, no, but the World Cup's a bit nicer, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, would you want it for the Champions League every year?
No, I think just do the World Cup. I don't know why, but it's like it just doesn't fit for some reason.
Well, the Champions League, they'll be scraping the barrel after a while because it's every year.
Yeah.
And it's just the Super Bowl.
Because it's you got American acts who do it, and it'll be weird to have an American doing the football one.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear any European act apart from Daft Punk and Justice.
The Lumineers.
Are they European? Check it out. I don't think they are. I think they're American.
You think the Lumineers are American?
Lumineers.
You have not brushed up on your history, my friend.
I'm pretty sure
the Lumineers.
Where are they from?
The Lumineers are an American alternative folk band based in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Hey Ho. Now that's a song that probably, when everything washes away.
Sing it. Remember what it goes. Try
Hey Ho. Because you and na.
He got it. I did not expect that.
Because you
know me. I know with you. Is that
Sweetheart. Lumineers, Passenger, they're all in that kind of
Train.
apex.
That's a song by Passenger. Whoopsie-daisy.
Yeah.
Do you feel that obviously
you could be in the Lumineers?
Thank you.
Fucking loser.
You Nancy boy.
Big hat and
I could be an elbow.
Some stirrups.
Do you
Not
think,
stirrups.
Do you think the only way, because obviously
you could be an elbow.
I think it's quite controversial. Obviously, having a halftime show is controversial. Do you think the way to unite the whole world would be if King Charles came on and did like a role?
Not a controversial figure at all.
But the whole point
British monarchy.
No, the whole point is
universally loved.
He just did like a roly poly.
Yeah. And then
to silence, and then walked off stage.
But wouldn't they be accused of silly washing, which is a term I've just coined, which is you get like a potentially controversial institution that maybe is a symbol of, I don't know, oppression, colonialism, and then you get to do a fun roly-poly, and it's like, well, sorry, are we going to just forget all of our political crimes?
Because like Vladimir Putin go down a water slide? Silly washing.
Silly washing. I mean, what you'd want to do is he wears the crown and he tries to do a roly-poly, and then it tumbles away, and then he chases after.
Well, that's almost more symbolic. That's far too symbolic than what Charlie was trying to go for.
And it falls in the hands of like an Andorran fisherman or something.
Yeah, but then people are like, what, so are we giving the crown to Andorra?
Andorra does not deserve the crown.
They've been long oppressed.
Andorra don't deserve shit. There's about 15 people who live there, and they're just caught between two rich European nations.
It's a rock and a hard place. I don't really understand that saying. Caught between
what don't you understand about it?
Caught between a rock. Okay, I get it. I hate the use of hard place.
Why?
What do you mean? Come up with a different...
It's a bit silly, isn't it? Is it fun?
No, it's not. It's a serious thing. It was like, I was caught between a rock and a hard place. Look, they've come up... Someone who came up with that saying has thought they... Stop. Starley. Joseph Starley. Look, the fact that they've gone, right, you're caught between two difficult situations that you can't get out of. They thought, right, we need to come up with two things that are hard places. We come up with a rock. Just call the second one a hard place.
Yeah, but I quite like that about that. It's kind of
a rock and a hard place.
It's boiling it down. What would you say? A rock and a building. It doesn't have the same sort of whimsy to it.
A rock and a wall. A rock and a mountain, which is made of rocks. Sure.
Yeah, I think the rock and the hard place. The reason why it's survived wars.
Wow.
It survived racism.
Yeah, but look. Yeah, racism was a big,
the civil rights movement, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. It's been around for a while, but I think it's silly. Do you want to do this?
Let's do the video, the
Serbian MPs.
Yeah. So what's up,
What's going on in Serbia?
Yeah, well, I guess part of this podcast, we do love parliamentary...
gaffes.
Gaffes, yeah, I guess it's a gaff. Obviously, one of our favourites is the Taiwanese guy who stole a bill, which I didn't know you could do.
A maverick, really?
Yeah. Who dropped the shoulder. And this is another interesting approach to government from the Serbians.
Yeah.
In a quite ornate room that's quite similar to our Houses of Parliament. Wood panelling, very nice. Red carpet.
Thank you.
Serbian MPs throw smoke grenade and tear gas inside Parliament. Press play.
Opposition politicians have thrown smoke grenades and tear gas inside Parliament in a show of support for protesting students.
In support?
Were injured, one of whom suffered a stroke.
Fucking hell.
The collapse of a train station roof, which killed 15 people, have already prompted the Prime Minister to resign.
Right. Yeah, that feels... Yeah, I guess what's fun about those ones is it's the contrast, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're
it's
in
like
Parliament.
You're doing democracy, but not really. It's a bit like...
You're wearing a suit and you're chucking a tear gas. It's just a bit of fun.
It is a bit of fun.
But smoke grenade, I can see there's symbolic nature to it. It's not too... Tear gas feels...
heavy.
Really heavy.
Tear gas feels heavy-handed. Look, we don't know exactly what's going on in Serbia.
Yeah.
Maybe they deserve it.
Yeah.
But for me...
Serbia's never done anything wrong.
Nice. What is tear gas and why is it... Yes, we know why it's used, but what is it? Makes you cry?
Probably...
Makes you cry.
Well, if onions make you cry, if hay fever makes you... I'm sure that you could easily come up
Might as well just throw pollen at them and then hope that's 20% of the population
Fingers
gets fucked.
crossed. Yeah, also, those are the people you have to work with.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe you don't care. I guess at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's, opposition.
But at the canteen the next day,
yes,
I feel
you maybe have a stroke.
It's more like a frost. Yeah, it's a frosty atmosphere. You don't have anyone. You keep going to sit with different groups, and they keep saying someone's sitting there.
Yeah, you're like, what? But I've got all my. I need to sit down somewhere. You made me have a stroke yesterday. Yeah, but where am I going to eat my lasagna? That's what they're having in Serbian Parliament for lunch.
Nice. Well, it's Lasagna Fridays.
It is Lasagna Fridays, which they thought we'd call the atmosphere. It was Casual Fridays as well.
Well, people actually thought, are we not going to have Lasagna Fridays because of the tear gas incident? And they said no.
No, we need Lasagna Fridays more than ever. More than ever. Yeah, it's the contrast, isn't it? Look,
the sacred and the profane.
Look, you do what you know. Do what you want.
Let's get another video of an interesting sexual dynamic.
Whoa.
Let's get up. Right, so it's interesting. Yes. interesting. An American man has gone viral after fathering children with both a mother and her daughter just 2 weeks apart. Now, this is a bit of fun. He looks pretty pleased with himself, and to be honest, I understand why. Let's press play.
Mother and daughter sharing the same husband and baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful thing.
It's not often that a mom and daughter are pregnant at the same time, let alone by the same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me,
this is real.
It was unexpected because, again, we weren't
feels
trying
fake.
at all for a baby.
I think it's fake.
Do you think?
I think it's fake.
I don't.
Can we
think there
find
was
out if
ever
it's
a
fake?
moment in my
Because we've been
mind
done
where,
dirty before.
I was upset about it. It was
They do seem too attractive.
That's what I was about to say as well.
But if they,
Pause it for a second.
Because these stories, these stories, they're never super attractive, are they?
Well,
Whenever you have these sort of setups, it's like, oh, that would be amazing, and they're always.
but it's also
freaks.
it's also interesting because with the American insane people, because there's I just watched a Channel 5 documentary about this conspiracy theorist, essentially.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with America. Like, they are just a relatively attractive country, mostly. Like, compared to Britain,
Sure.
your average Joe.
Yeah, but that's
So you get, like, if the guy I was watching was a conspiracy theorist, if he was in the UK, no chance he'd be a conspiracy theorist. He's too attractive. His life would be just a little bit better, which means he'd never slip into the.
There's a lot of
chaos.
proper uggos in America, though. Wouldn't say the medium of America compared to other countries that they're particularly attractive.
maybe.
I think the top end of America, because of the cosmetic culture, especially. Who's this? What are you showing?
Just ignore it.
Can you check if that video is real though? Because if it's not real, I guess we'll leave the podcast there, and
That'll be
apologise.
that, and we'll just go. Well, I don't trust Charlie fact checking anything really.
But there's a chance it is real.
Yeah.
Because you're just going off vibes, and then we have to re-examine it.
It just doesn't look like like there's a cat just behind him. There's one shot.
I think the cat doesn't.
No, but it
do
just
anything.
seems like.
Her.
Is this a news organization?
It could be a porn thing as well.
That's true.
I mean, they are both pregnant.
They're both holding hands like that. It looks fake to me.
That's interesting. The kids are going to be brothers, grandkids, uncles, and nephews.
Wait, go on, what?
Say that again.
The kids would be brothers,
Yeah.
grandkids, uncles, and nephews.
No.
They'd be brothers or sisters.
Well,
They'd be
grandkids.
grandkids because they'd be the same. Their grannies, their mum.
It's actually, when you really think about it, it's not that interesting. It's more interesting to see what the parents would be to the kids. Do you know what I mean? The dad would be both.
Is it a flex though? I don't think you would be that proud of it.
If they were both this attractive, it is kind of quite funny.
Yeah, do what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you'd also be like,
What?
you'd feel like kind of like
Weird about it.
Yeah.
you'd feel like you'd
I
done
reckon
something
a bit
kind
weird
of
about it.
wrong.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. I was joined as ever by my co-host Andrew,
See you next
producer Charlie, and thanks for joining us, Alistair. Got anything to plug?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, great.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Well, we'll be back next week, but goodbye.
See you later.